And we are back. Live from Las Vegas, it is time for another edition of Bar Comedy USA News. It's Tuesday, April 22nd, 2025. This week, we have a lot of stuff coming up, a lot happening on the Pub and Grub Comedy Tour, as well as, and I'll get to those dates in a second, but we've also got the World Series of Comedy happening this week, April 23rd through the 26th, this Wednesday through Saturday, 6 shows. Waterford, Michigan at One Night Stands. And that's also, no matter where you are, you don't have to be in that area even, because there is a live stream. You can live stream the shows, and you can get access to the live stream at VIPTicketHub.com. If you're in the Waterford area, just get the tickets to the real deal. But anywhere else in the globe, you can get the live stream at VIPTicketHub.com. And we've also got the Pub and Grub Comedy Tour happening this week. Parker, Colorado at the Wild Goose Saloon. That's Thursday, the 24th, April 24th. Parker, Colorado, the Wild Goose Saloon. Talon Saucerman and Tyler Corbin. Also April 24th, Webster, South Dakota, the Decoy Bar and Grill with Jim Norder and Jerry Irby. And that's their first time ever bringing in live comedy. So Jim and Jerry are going to bust their Jerry wide open. April 25th, it's the Cornerstone Lounge in Manitowoc, Wisconsin. Steve Sabo, one of the superstars of the Pub and Grub Comedy Tour, and Scott Putman. And then April 26th, the Village Tavern in Salem, Massachusetts with Mr. Direct and Dave Sheehan. April 26th, this is Saturday now. Saturday, April 26th, Colonial Heights, Virginia at the CIR Grill with John Conroy and Eric Winokur. Those guys are flying in special for this show. And that CIR, they've been bringing in comedy monthly. It's for about 2.5, 3 years now, I think. Really cool Italian joint. Shout out to Gus and the crew there. And then the Crankshaft Bar and Grill in Mobile, Iowa is bringing back comedy after a break for a while. One of the originals on board with the Pub and Grub Comedy Tour when we launched back in 2020. And on that show this week is Nate Ford and Jerry Irby. So there you have it. And you can get tickets for that here at barcomictix.com for all the upcoming shows. We still got to get May up there. We got to get May and June. We've got about 2 months more worth of shows to announce. So stay tuned for that. We're going all over the country. And we're getting into springtime when it's a little bit easier to travel. You know, a lot of people think that comedians just hop on a jet, do a tight 45, drop the mic, and ride off into the sunset with a groupie and a sack full of cash. That ain't comedy touring. That's more like a fever dream. Real touring, returning a rental car that smells like a year's worth of Taco Bell. Waking up in a Super 8. living off a gas station beef jerky, doing shows in bars where the stage is made out of plywood and milk crates, and playing to crowds who thought they were there for karaoke night. Sometimes it's more like a psychological experiment than a comedy show. That's the Pub and Grub Comedy Tour. So those are the real heroes. Traveling the country, nothing glamorous about driving 6 hours to a gig that where you got beer-soaked floors, fly tape in the corner. And that's what you might find sometimes in these venues, nightclubs, taverns, neighborhood restaurants, and bars, and the nooks and crannies of America. Touring ain't easy, but somebody's got to do it. You got to keep the people laughing. Sometimes you catch lightning in a bottle. You got a packed room. You got a hot crowd. You actually have a microphone that works good. You got a bartender who knows when to cut people off. They got a little bit of crowd control. And that's what makes all the road grime and questionable motels worth it. It ain't easy, but it's an adventure. You want to travel across this country, you're going to see some weirdos. You're also going to see some legends. And you might actually build some actual fans. All right, so here's to all the comics on the road, the warriors of the weeknight, the kings and queens of the budget-friendly buffet. I mean, if you can survive comedy on the road, you can survive anything. Head on over to barcomictix.com, see the schedule for this weekend, get tickets, and also get access to the live stream no matter where you are to the World Series of Comedy. It's happening this week. It's happening next week. It's like a month, one straight, 4 weeks in a row. The World Series of Comedy coming up in Waterford, Michigan, Youngstown, Ohio, Atlanta, Georgia, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. All right. That's what's happening in bar comedy across the country. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again tomorrow.
Autobots, roll out.